always have coffee when I watch Radar. You know that.
Of course I do, sir.
Everybody knows that. Of course we do, sir.
Apparently, one of my New Year's resolutions is to corner the market on Spaceballs intros. It was just too good. Anyway, it is 10 a.m. on a Saturday. I'm Robo. This is The Rewind. It has finally happened. Yolopark has officially announced and solicited their Transformers AMK Pro Series Generation 1 Optimus Prime model kit. Never mind that we've been talking about it for weeks. Never mind that Big Bad Toy Store has had it up for pre-order for a good month or two. Now, it is official. That means pretty promotional pictures and full details. First, again, if the word model kit makes you nervous, do not worry about that. That is in name only. This is more of a Build-A-Figure without having to do several other purchases to gather all the parts together. Main components, plug them together, boom, Magnus is your uncle. Second, we did know a few things from previous shots. The arm flips open for communications, there's the Energon axe, there's the iconic Ion Blaster, the Ionconic Blaster. All pretty standard Optimus Prime goodies. What we didn't know about, or well, at least what I didn't know about because it wasn't spelled out to me in big, beautiful pictures, is that it also comes with a Megatron in gun form, scaled to be held in his hand, and then the Matrix that can be stored away in his chest. Again, fairly common, but it's nice to confirm. The light up eyes are the kicker though. It brings so much life to this figure, because that's such a traumatic moment from childhood, right? You're watching the movie, and the eyes just flicker out and go off. We all lost a part of ourselves that day. Then of course there's the movement. I'm not sure if I have an Optimus Prime that can do this. Well, there is the Kyoto Amazing Yamaguchi that can get all over the place because of Revoltech, but this is much bigger, much heftier, and more of my mind's eye of G1 Optimus. With a slight modernization. Not quite the amount that 3-0 puts into their Transformers MDLX figures, but just enough, some paint scuffing, some extra design work. Yes, there is a lot of Transformers product out there, both transforming and non-transforming. If you can't find something you like at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Lastly, the BBTS pre-order page has this listed as releasing in January, which is quickly closing. That's right around the corner. It looks like the new estimate is Q2 of this year, which is spring, early summer, somewhere in there. We're gonna move into the realm of Eternia next with what may be a spoiler for Masters of the Universe Revolution. As I'm recording this, I think the show premiered last night. I haven't had a chance to look, but when these pictures came across my feed, I looked at them too close and thought, wait, what is that a new Eternia thing? Oh, no. So I'm saving you the surprise if you're in the same boat as I am. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So, depending on my mood when I get into editing, there's either a timestamp right here or a countdown that's slowly ticking away all dramatically and stuff. You ready? Okay. Here is the Mattel Masters of the Universe Masterverse Revolution King Keldor. See what I mean? You kind of look at it and think, that could be New Eternia, which is their take on classic designs and concept art. Nope. It's spelled right across the bottom right there. Revolution. Even still, I looked at it as, what is going on here? Is that a black skull cap with a feather on front? Oh, no. That's his hair. First of all, the figure is very Masterverse-y. It has that style. It's undeniable. You look at it, the longer limbs, the slight thinness when it comes to Masters of the Universe, you're gonna call this out as Masterverse at 10 paces. And that's the same when you get up close. The beady eyes that are painted kind of old school a bit. I guess I'm so used to photoreal and digital printing that you put a line and then some circles and I think, what is this? 2015? That hurts to say because I was gonna go, what is this, 1995? But no, long time ago. There's the Eternia High to Fashion bracers and belt, pretty standard Masters of the Universe fare there. And don't forget the boots with the fur and the straps around. But the heads are my focal point. That's what gets the gears a-churning for spoilers, or uninformed spoilers, theories. They both have the goatee that just screams, oh, he's evil. He took his position through force. Then the neutral head has a compassionate look. And that's the same for the package art. Like Skeletor spends the season as Hordak's pawn. and then comes around, saves the day, regains his humanity both within and without when he's purged of the technovirus or something. But then the other head has a itty bitty grin to it, which could be interpreted either way, I guess. Even with the slightly raised right eyebrow. Maybe Adam cracked a joke. Or maybe Keldor's walking away from his coronation, thinks nobody's watching, and gets that sly little smirk like, "I've tricked you, you bumbling boobs!" Bang bang, cliffhanger for season 3. I am just talking out of my ass here. If you've seen the series or know what happens, you're probably watching this just like, what the hell are you talking about? Stop it. Either way, I don't think Amazon was supposed to post these pictures when they did, because as far as I know, I only watched the trailer for the new season, and I don't remember seeing Keldor, or I've wiped it from memory. Oh hey, you're back. We were just talking about Masters of the Universe. Guess what we're going to talk about next? Masters of the Universe. Or you've been here the whole time, you had to sit through my prognosticating, and I feel the need to apologize now? Anyway, like I said, we're going to stick with He-Man for a little bit while mixing in some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for a Turtles of Grayskull update. I'm doing magic spells today or something. I catch myself doing this, and then I'm like, but I said the sentence right, so I'm not going back and changing it. Last week we learned a little bit more about Slacker, except for how to properly say his name. No, I still haven't looked it up. It's Slacker. I'm 99% sure. This week, the packaging designer on the line, Roy Juarez, has posted even more looks. Ram Man doesn't really hold any surprises other than confirming that yes, this is a beast of a figure. I mean, it's already Ram Man. But introducing actual RAM parts via mutagen is just a brilliant idea. It just works. But then there's Shredder. We already knew that he was going to be ramped up with some Master's armor, making him almost super Shredderish. It's still Shredder, he just raided an armory. But turn the package around and here's our first look at Splinter in the series. Again, just the character in Eternian gear, but it gives off heavy King Grayskull vibes. I know it's been reiterated that this is not a mashup, that it's a meeting of two worlds, just two properties colliding. Which is, I just look at some of the figures and I can't help saying, there's a mashup. But the way they've integrated that concept into the overall storyline also works. And hey, if you buy the toy and want to call it a mashup, who cares? They're your toys. Fun is fun. And between this and the Masters of the Universe Origins cartoon collection, Mattel is dealing out a whole hell of a lot of fun. Flipping back to something we already knew about, there was weeks of build-up for the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice Batman. There was a silhouette, then there was a moodlet shot. This week's pre-orders, and you know what that means, a better look at the figure itself. It is a good-looking figure through the lenses of McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse. This is what you get. This is what we've been getting since the dawn of this line. The dawn of justice. Because for every the likeness sucks, or you're still needing to fix this, and this figure sold out before I even knew it had gone up. And I'm talking everywhere, except maybe GameStop. I think they may still have it up for pre-order. But fear not, good citizen. I don't know why I said it. Fear not, gentle people, fellow collectors. McFarlane Toys has come out and said that there will be more available once this actually hits. I think it was one of those things of, hey, we make a lot of Batmans. Let's throw another one at the wall, see what oh, it already sold out? Well, we better make more of those bastards. I mean, it even sold out on McFarlane's own toy store when bundled with the gold label McFarlane Toys store exclusive Injustice 2 Nightmare Batman, which is not a bad thing. I'm going to admit to loving the first release of this figure. I just love those 66 Batmobile red pinstripes on it. I like to imagine Batman just driving down the highway. Yeah, he sings his own theme song. Don't do and then some kind of superpowered villain attacks and the car transforms and encases Bruce in the bat. So for me, making those accents gold it loses a lot, but it's still a kick-ass looking mech figure, so there's that. Jumping directly back into the movies, another tease that panned out this week is the Dark Knight Hong Kong Skydive Batman. Now, I haven't been keeping track of all the base bodies when it comes to Batman, because there's a lot of them. Batman and Iron Man, I do not have a clue what has come out. So I don't know what the reuse ratio here, but I do see the rifle and I do see the sticky bomb, and then I see an unmasked head. It's not the greatest likeness. In fact, I would probably call it Bruce Wayne head based on the comic book adaptation of the hit movie. At some angles it works, at some angles not so much. The surprise this week though was the gold label McFarlane's Toy Store Dark Knight Rises Catwoman and Batpod. This is a good looking set, although my brain does drift into wondering how it scales with Batman. You know, if the bike has been shrunk down, much like the Batmobile, or you know how scale is between figures in a DC Multiverse line. Catwoman could be as tall as Batman. Or maybe it's smaller, and the Batpod. Looking at just the figure and just the vehicle, it looks nice. It looks kind of impressive. I mean, Selina's even looking up with the long hair while riding the bike. Like I said, it is gold label. It is McFarlane's Toy Store, so there's gonna be the added shipping charge. Plus, it's about the same price as the Batmobile. Which, looking at it, this seems like less plastic. Are we seeing another price jump because it's McFarlane Toy Store exclusive? If you're into Nolan trilogy releases, ba-ba. And while we're talking DC and Bat Family, there's also the Mezco 1/12 Collective Golden Age Robin. Looking at this, I can't help but feeling regret. I was on the fence with the Golden Age Batman, but then Joker came along and made that even more tempting. You know, you have the pair, the good guy, the bad guy, the hero, the villain, the yin, the yang, but I still passed. Oh, and now that I remember that the Batman was in a 2-pack, at least the blue and gray Batman was in a 2-pack with Two-Face, it made it even more, well, okay, there's two villains, one Batman. I don't know. But now that I see these two together, what have I done? Granted, we went years with the understanding that Mez hates Robin, that we were never gonna see a Robin in 1/12 Collective. So we had to adjust our expectations when buying Batmans. You had to weigh the options. And don't get me wrong, a lot of Batmans are just fine on their own. It's Batman. In fact, you could take any Batman and stand him by himself up on a shelf. But you add in the Boy Wonder and that pop of color, that there's Batman, there's Robin. Tempting. Plus the Golden Age style just looks fantastic partnered up like this. But we can't talk toys without having some nitpicks, and you know what I'm looking at here, right? The diaper look on the shorty shorts? I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, but I would have liked to seen those tighter, more form-fitting. No, I'm not going to go for the obvious joke here. Stop it. Otherwise, this dick looks appropriately sized when compared to Bruce. And that's great considering some of the previous teen heroes in this line. There's 4 head options, not a complaint with any of them, and then some nice accessories. I especially like the spinning sling effect. It's got some great motion to it. All in all, yup, I wish I had gotten the previous Golden Age figures. This would have made a hell of a display, but at the same time, I'm kind of okay not being almost $400 deeper in debt. So weigh your options. I'll always have the pretty promotional pictures. And sometimes I'm okay with that. Medicom's also in the DC playground this month, soliciting their MAFEX Return of Superman Superboy. And they did not skimp on the pictures here, showing the figure both in jacket and out of jacket. Almost like that's the main selling point. I wasn't a big DC reader at that time, so I only vaguely know the storyline. And it seems like Superboy was always in the jacket, right? At least to me, but I may be wrong about that. I'm probably wrong about that. But it's nice to have options in case you want to represent the character in different eras or different storyline or something. Or maybe they're featuring the jacket so much because that's the only accessory, if you don't count hands and heads. There's a separation there. When I think accessories, I think weapons or gadgets or tools or effects. But heads and hands are accessories. It adds to the count. There's more plastic, more pieces. But I can also see the other side of that coin, where it's like, That's part of the figure. At first I did think the sunglasses were a separate piece, but nope, that's an alternate noggin, which I'm completely good with at this point, because you get that small with the plastic and there's that constant fear of them popping off and falling into carpet monster waters. MAFEX solicitations travel in pairs though, and it only feels right to counter the DC offering with some Marvel flavor, even if it is just a stealth repaint of the Medicom Iron Man. This is probably my favorite variation of any Iron Man armor. Take the base concept, spray it with shades of blue. Unfortunately, a lot of companies do not go that extra mile to make it an accurate comic book stealth Iron Man. As far as I know, and I say that because, once again, I haven't kept track of all the Iron Man armors out there, either in action figure form or comic books, but in my head, the stealth Iron Man is more angular in places. The shoulder pads flare higher and further, and then the glove and boot tops have a taper to them. Also, the Widow's Peak on the face plate is more of a devil lock. It comes down further towards the nose. I know it's just some minor cosmetic changes and defeats the purpose of easy mold reuse, but I like what I like. And I've always liked the stealth Iron Man armor. So yeah, this is just the MAFEX red and blue painted in blues, without the unmasked head, without the proton cannon, and without the roller skate feet. Can you guess which one of those I missed the most? It would have been awesome to have roller skate feet on this one. Marvel brings me around to some third-party action I noticed this week. This is the TakaraTony TT24 Dr. SS Deluxe Accessories Kit, or magic effects for your MAFEX SH Figuarts or Marvel Legends MCU Doctor Strange. Well, I say MCU, you could probably use these with any Doctor Strange or any magic wielder in your figure collection, because there's a lot of spells going on here. Maybe that's why I'm doing this episode like this. Tons of neato effects here. Bigger spirograph types, the green time spells, flying axes and mystical swords, ribbons and notes, monster hands, and my favorite, the magic dragon. There's also some mystical handcuffs, which don't seem too exciting, but there is some magnet action. You can take your training even further with the Book of Ashanti and the Darkhold. Both of those have open and closed versions, so essentially 4 books. It's a bit expensive at $80 a pop, but if you've been dying to spruce up your Doctor Strange, you're not gonna find any better effects than this. At least me looking at the pictures, that's what I think. And I know I don't have a lot to say here, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just look at the pictures. Magic effects for a price. There you go. I do have a lot to say about the Hasbro Star Wars fan stream that happened this week, even though there wasn't a lot of Black Series shown. It's Star Wars though. A little bread and butter is still carbs and cholesterol for my soul. First up was the Phase 1 Attack of the Clones Clone Trooper. Hey, this is great, getting clean clones out there for troop building, especially on the 3.0 body. And the removable helmet, there's a lot of options here, even though it comes off as kind of plain, because it's a plain white clone trooper. I said plain too many times there, didn't I? It's good, but I sure have a lot of clean clone troopers on my shelf already. Previous Hasbro, model kits, imports, so I may grab one of these just for giggles to put on the shelf because it is the better body, but yeah, I want to see more stuff. Oh, there's more stuff, because then they hit us with the Droideka. Yes, this is what we've been needing. New and wonderful things, and this looks great. My initial reaction was, are they purple in the movie? Apparently they were, but in my defense, every other representation of this droid, either in plastic or media, is more brown, right? Am I wrong in saying that, or is that just my brain going, But I'm coming around on the purple. The iridescence, the metallicness, it does look good. I respect the wheel folding ability, but I'll probably just do it once if I review this figure and then never do it again. I want attack droidekas. Best of all though, a deluxe destroyer droid, $34. I was predicting over 40, so I am completely happy to be wrong on that front, that battlefront, where once again, the destroyers were brown, if I remember right. See, it all comes back around. For the last reveal, we all knew that they were going to get around to the Ahsoka series Grand Admiral Thrawn. And here that is. It's always fun to see how many action poses they can squeeze out of a character that's not really known for action. Arms behind, arms out, arms in, hand on hip, arm down, fiddle with your cuff, cross arms, protect crotch. That's what it's all about. Pre-order is a year out though, which seems to be normal for high-ranking Empire officers, but it makes it hard to get excited about it. Well, officers and Jedi, apparently, where is my key Adimundi? I have an empty space on my Ahsoka shelf for Thrawn, and I have an empty space on my Jedi shelf for key Adimundi, because I've been waiting for, is it 25 years at this point? Finally, there's pipeline reveals that range from yay to yay, hopefully. And I'm gonna go in the order of my interest, because I'm making this video. I can do what I want. The Mandalorian Night Owl is cool, but I'm leaving this one to fate. That's when I don't pre-order, I don't actively hunt. If I see it on a peg, I'll pick it up, but if I never see it, I'm fine with that too. It being Walmart exclusive, I feel like my wallet's pretty safe. The Amazon exclusive Jedi Survivor Droid 3-pack is tempting, mostly because I never got the Magna Guard. I heard mixed results, and I look at it and think, oh, a Black Series droid with thin limbs? Battle droid with different markings is interesting, but my big draw here is another super battle droid in its own war paint. Not too big a draw because they are dropping the standard super battle droid as a fan channel release. This totally makes up for that silly 2-pack that comes with the 3PO headed battle droid that kind of eliminates the troop building aspect of that pack. You're gonna get a lot of super battle droids. How many C-3PO headed battle droids do I need? Now it's okay to buy only one of those packs if you need that C-3PO, or pass completely and just build an army of super battle droids with a single release. But I think my eyes drift to this picture the most because of possibilities. No, I don't need another Grogu or another Anzellan. I've got plenty of Baby Yodas and a couple of Babu Fricks laying around the display. No. Hasbro, what you gonna do with that IG-12? IG-88 was always too small, which means IG-11 was done dirty because of reuse. There has to be modifications made here in order to get Grogu into the chest, both sculpt-wise and size-wise. Nightmare scenario, they shrink the kid down to fit the old mold. Oh, no, do not do that. Make this bigger with the cutout chest, and then make an alternate chest so you can go back and re-release IG-88 and IG-11. People would buy them. I would buy them. I'd buy a few of them. It worked for R2 and R5, right? We were hounding you for years for a properly sized astromech, and now they're just flying. Now you have a chance to fix another droid that has reuse possibilities. Come on, would I steer you wrong? Just do it. Do it. Do it. And that's all I have for this week. And if this episode feels disjointed, I don't know what is with today. I'll go to say stuff and it's just like restart, restart. So I'm having to go back and forth. I'm distracted for some reason. I got a table full of toys that I'm in the middle of a review, and then I'm moving some stuff around here. Or maybe it's just one of those days. Sometimes we have those days. As always, special thanks to the Patreon who gets sneak peeks of my silliness before it actually gets posted here on YouTube. Throw out some opinions, do some back and forth, suggestions. Yeah, I feel like I would be way more behind with the... I'm not gonna say polished, because the channel is definitely not polished yet. I don't think I do polish, do I? It's just throw stuff at wall, see what happens. I posted a short form review of the Turtles of Grayskull Mouse Jaw this week, and it was just trying something new, just trying something different. It may not be the norm going forward, but I wanted to try something, and I did. So I can say I tried it. Now what are we doing? Oh, I know what it is, coming back around to having an off day. It's been snowy, it's been icy, it's been rainy, so it just feels blah. The sun needs to come out. We need to get our week or two of spring, brighten things up, get the grass growing so I can go out there and cut that. and then be like, I'm having an off day because I had to go out and the grass just dirt and everything. More off days to come, but hey, at least we can talk about toys. That's what matters, right? That's what we're here for. Action figures. Fun. That's what we're here for. Have some fun.